Today is December 7th, 2019. It's about 8 a.m. Right now, I'm just heading back to the boat. Over in the office area, there's bathrooms over there, but someone was telling me recently that I haven't put a video together for a while and was kind of out of the loop of what I was doing. I haven't done a video or a blog post as often as I have before. So, pretty cold this morning. I think it's low 30s, not quite freezing. Well, not 32 anyway, it's like 34, 36, something like that. The area up here is getting a little more crowded. There's some boats hauled out for the winter. There's a nice little, right there in the middle, green hull. There's the Nunsuch. First one I've seen in person. It's pretty nice. This rounded stern where the Jeep is, that's a Valiant 40, I think it is. This one right there in the middle, that's a Laurent Giles, I want to say 30, 37, 38, something like that. It's a 1978 hull, I think, but never been in the water. Like a lot of these boats, there's a story. The story on that one, the guy bought the hull when he was young, kept working on it, grew old, passed away, and I hear the wife isn't doing too well either. This is a Troy Lee, 36, I think. The sign's not on it on the back right now, but that's for sale. Then there's another one that's for sale up here. And see a Looters 34. Looks like a pretty nice boat. But my boat is way in the back by the trailers. You see the trailers over on this side, they kind of come around. And chatted with this guy a few times. Keep forgetting what kind of boat this is, but they say it sailed around the world, but that's what it comes down to. The black fitting that's on top right there, that's for the gooseneck and the boom, and then this is for the boom vang. Got the wires and the line hanging there. So all that would need to be moved forward to where the mast step is up here, and then everything else is going to be hanging off the bow. So the idea is got the boom or the mast here, and then the boom would stick up and then just kind of pivot straight up. So here's why I want to get the mast up first. Right now I got the boom here, the mainsail sitting on top of it, and it's just taking a lot of taking up a lot of space here in the cabin. The mainsail, not too worried about it. That can be moved easier, but the boom only has so much space it can go to. And right now it's sitting on the step, and I need to move the steps to get to the engine behind it. So that's pretty much why I'm looking at raising the mast first as soon as I can. If I can raise it myself, that'd be great. Because then once that's up, I can work on the engine. There's still a few things I need to set up, but the main thing is for the engine alignment, getting the shaft back in, and I think once that's done, I think things would be a little bit better for trying to get the boat in the water, because the shaft, where the shaft goes through, it's just a big hole. I need to get that taken care of, but right now things are a mess. Things need some work. And then also, once the boom is up, I can get this Dodger frame out of here and maybe set that up. Maybe I can work on trying to get a replacement. I just pushed the mast forward a little bit. Right now I don't have any standing rigging on it, just kind of looking things over right now. Kind of glad the little supports here that I made of a little channel in it, so that way the mast doesn't tip over to one side or the other, because it can only go so far before it stops. So it's fairly snug. It's kind of like a cheap outdoor carpet thing there, but I just pulled the forward halyards, pulled those out from under the mast on either side. That's what this is. And then the back ones just coming up here, straight back. So here's the mast step. So when raising the mast, the back of the bottom of the mast over there has to come all the way over here. So right now lifting the mast is kind of heavy because the supports are on either end of it. But I think when there's more weight forward, it'll be easier to lift this side. So probably not going to go too far forward here right now. But then the other thing to consider is when it's forward enough, have to get this light over that mount. And that might be a little interesting. Let's see. So nothing's getting attached right now. The mast isn't going up right now today. Just kind of looking things over. Let me see here. Got all the lines right here. So let me see. So I got 2 blue and 2 green. The blue ones are for the back, and the green are forward. So I got the blue ones attached here with this soft shackle that I made. I got a green one here. So when the boom is attached to this right here, these lines, or the blue lines, I'll probably just attach both of them to the end of the boom going up, so the boom would come up. Boom thing, probably not going to worry about. Here's where the pivot is going to be. The green lines, at least one I think will be attached to maybe a cleat there by the windlass, or maybe to the windlass itself, I don't know. Just still trying to picture things, how it's going to go. But already, like I was saying a moment ago, the spreaders were right about here anyway, and already it's probably about 5 feet forward. So I still need to go another, what is that, 15 feet? This mast is about 35 feet long. Let's see. But yeah, definitely not doing it today. At least getting a visual. If anyone has suggestions, I'd appreciate it. But right now, the idea I had is if the between the bottom of the mast and where the boom or the gooseneck is, it's maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet. So if the boom is right here, I was thinking maybe that block can move that forward, or maybe a little bit back over here. Then I can run that block, or run a line from the end of the boom down to there, bring it back. Let's see, there's another thing. Then I can attach to the cleat over there. I think I could probably do that over here too. Actually, I'm not seeing the block over here. Maybe I could find something to attach over to one of these over here. Anyway, I could probably adjust the tension for the sideways of the boom going one way or the other to try to keep things stabilized. The main thing I need to figure out is the shrouds. When they're from up here, they come up to the spreaders. It's supposed to go to the triangle plate over here, and then the triangle plate goes down and then back. I'm trying to figure out how or where I'm going to attach to the back, because like there's the stern rail, it's not attached to anything right now. But let me see. Okay, come back over here. There's a couple good sized cleats over here. I was thinking maybe somehow I could attach lines over here with the main sheet. I was thinking run a line across the two, and then in the middle just hook on to there for the main sheet when I'm actually raising it. I don't know, I've got some thinking to do. Still working it out, but I think I'm getting closer. Okay, about what I expected. The lifted this up on my shoulder, had to step off to the side a little bit, no problem. But as I expected, once there was more weight over on the end, this side got a little lighter, and just put the tarp under there to for it to rest on. So the thing I'm looking at now is being able to get it where I can lift that light over the mount. And what I'm looking at right now is got this little line right there. Looking to tie that down on the sides going over the mast, so that way this side doesn't lift up too high. And the view from the ground, you can see how this is looking right now. And then see just how much of it is sticking out the front. Let's see if I can back up here. Get a good view right here. It's getting there, so once everything is actually hooked up, then the real nervous part comes when trying to lift it. Like right now it's just a dry run, so no rigging is up on the lines or up on the mast right now. And I just pulled the furler part off, so I can figure that part out. Next weekend, well, at least this next week is going to be rainy. Next weekend will, so I think the next 1 or 2 weekends probably not going to be able to actually raise it, but I can keep working on some of the planning. Alright, I was about to lift the mast. Actually, well, I did lift the mast, but the space right here is very tight coming up to here. But when I got it to that point, I saw the front of the light here is resting right here. So to keep from breaking it, I lifted it back, and thinking right now I'm not going to do that right now, because I would have to lift it all the way from where it's at now past the light so it would rest, and probably good to wait until I actually raise the mast, because if I try doing that now, not sure if I'd be able to lift it back up. So it still needs to go another 6 feet forward to get the end into the mast step. But I did put a line right here to keep the mast from lifting up too high, which is good, because as soon as I tried lifting up over here, this side just wanted to come up. So I definitely don't want to throw the mast overboard. So that'll wait. If anything, I'll just put the mast back. I'll put the mast back right now. That way I can get everything else ready, get the rigging ready. And hopefully in a few weeks I might be able to get to the point of raising it, or double and triple check things again. So we'll see. I just pulled the mast back into place where I had it. Right now, you can see where the spreaders are, and then the mast step. So I brought it back as far as I could go, where I could work on the masthead, which is mainly attaching the standing rigging there and there. Put the Windex right there, and then the roller furler track on the front side right there. But moving it forward gave me a good idea of what I might need to do. I think I just still need to figure out attachment stuff. Found out this block right here is ratcheting type. So I can move it one way, but it locks if I try going the other. Yeah, maybe if it's loose enough, something can still go through. But anyway, got that cleated off. It gives me an idea of what I need to do.